Hey, welcome back to the second episode of the Overtime. We're going to introduce you to the other half of the team members that are going to be participating in this new series. They're all super excited about it. They've been out doing food plots and cameras and all sorts of stuff right now, and it's just going to be more of that. Going forward, it's going to be just no BS, just straightforward trail cams, bows, sighting guns, everything that goes into getting ready for season. We're less than a month away from our Kentucky team members hunting. It's the first week of August. They open the first week of September, and less than a month we'll be bringing you hunts. So that's pretty exciting. There's a lot of guys doing mock scrapes now. Um, Doing fall plots. Rain has been kind of hit and miss. Some places, some it's been one of the wettest Julys we've ever had, followed by a bunch of heat. We've got pounded with 2 inches of rain in the last 24 hours on my farms, which is awesome because I planted early. Um, Sucks because I was going to go out and mow tomorrow, but I can't. So I'm going to go check everything else out and just see where we're at accordance. But hopefully you enjoy this episode. From now on, it'll be more informative. It'll be breaking down what everybody's doing and getting ready for season. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Oh my God. What's up, everybody? I'm Julian Rodriguez, aka Julio. I just clocked out of work and I am clocking into the overtime now. Yes, Outdoor X Media has got Julio onto the crew. This is my first season. I've been filming since I started hunting back in 2016. Been loving every year that I been self-recording. Trial and error, had my ups and downs, and let me tell you, I am so honored to be a part of the team. I'm just excited to see what this season's gonna bring, because I have no clue. After last season, I took down the biggest deer of my hunting life, and I have no target buck as of we speak. I've lost a few properties, gained another few properties. We got a lot of work to put in this season. I've lost a property with food plots, so I won't be doing any food plots this year. However, I love scrapes. Anybody that knows me, I am a scrape guy. So I'm gonna be setting up 2 scrapes today with 2 cameras, and we're gonna go from there. And I'm also gonna throw down some of this domain. I got domain mineral with me, so we're gonna get that on the ground. Hopefully we can get something to produce out of these cameras today, because man, I'm limited on time. Just working away as a heating and cooling technician, a single father of 2 daughters. Life gets busy. I have a dramatic life-changing events, and it is go time, it's grind time. It's the overtime. All right, so as I was getting up here, I just got my camera set up. It's getting activated right now, but the mosquitoes are thick. And as I was getting in here, I spooked up about 3 to 4 bucks, all bedded down the second I got in here. And they were within like 130s, 150s class. Decent looking buck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rope set up on this limb right here, and I'm gonna break up this ground, get this scrape set up. I'm gonna throw some dominant buck piss and some pre-orbital, and then over further up on the lane, I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna put some domain mineral down, the attractant. It's gonna be using the berry infused. So yeah, gonna make it spicy over here. And you know how we like to do it. Julio makes everything spicy. So as I'm waiting for this to be activated, I think it's done. I'm gonna cycle this over, and then I gotta hurry it up because I gotta get out of here. I'm running a limited time. All right, guys, I am in the spot where I usually put down a little bit of some type of attractant or corn down. And well, this season we're using Domain. This is my first season ever using Domain, thanks to OXM and the guys. Let's get it. I like it. We're gonna kick that around, give it a little spicy spice, because it is time to get the heck out of here. And this is just the beginning of Julio in the overtime, baby. All right. All right, I'm currently walking up this ridge, walking this new little finger. I'm gonna put some more Domain out in another scrape with this last camera. This is the second camera of the day. And I hate this because I'm sweating. And it's not even that hot. But it's hot enough. We're making chili. But I'm just heading up to a spot that we hunted last season with success. I want to replenish this spot up with the scrape. And then once I get this done, I'll peel out of here. And that's it for my overtime of this week. So I'm gonna quickly get to the spot because we're closing on time. All right, I finally made it to the spot where me and Mikey were hunting last season, and he ended up taking down a doe, and we got an encounter with a nice, decent buck. With that being said, I'm gonna replenish the scrape here. I got it all soaked up in that stank pretty, and I'm gonna get it up here on this limb, scrape up this ground, and then I'm gonna try to rush out of here because I'm running out of time. So working on that overtime. All right, guys. I am dehydrated. I'm shaking like no other. Where's the cameraman when you need it? Got my last scrape up and happy to get it done. I'm getting bit up like no other by mosquitoes. I am the Mexican buffet out here and they are being fed like no other. So there's that. My scrape is up. Got the ground all broken up like I want it to, looking pretty as can be. Got the stink pretty on it. Got a dominant buck piss on there with the pre-orbital. Camera is set up right there behind it. I am just ecstatic and excited to see what's going to come about on these two cameras. I gotta get out of here because I am busting up too much and I'm late. But that is a wrap with Julio and the overtime of the first week in August. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.
My name is Trenton Scott, born and raised in southern Iowa. I work for Iowa Select, and I am new to the OXM team. Today we are going to kill spray this plot in hopes we'll be able to till it up in a week or two, get some greens in here. Now that we got that sprayed, we're going to go to a little secluded clover plot that's about 100 yards that up the draw anyway. Gonna put a trail camera out. Like I said, hopefully next week, couple weeks, we'll be able to get these bottoms tilled up, planted, and have some good green plots. Well, we're back in this little secluded food plot anyway, where I got a lot of pictures of that 9-point. Hopefully with the greens that we'll be able to plant down in the bottom, clover, soybeans on top. He'll show up pretty soon, and we'll be able to get our eyes on him. We're gonna put this flashback up on the tree and see what kind of inventory we got. Get it activated. Well, there it is. Let's see what we get for deer pictures. Hopefully we can get pictures of some big ones. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, Mitch Sherman. Welcome to the Overtime. I just want to do an introduction about myself. I grew up on the East Coast. My dad was in the Navy. That's where I spent most of my life as a kid until I joined the military right out of high school. I joined the Marine Corps. I got to travel the world, do a lot of amazing things, was on the wrestling team. I was in during 9/11, so that was a pretty exciting time. From there, I went back home to upstate New York for college, and then I moved out to Iowa in 2006. I've been here ever since. I'm in the Cedar Rapids area, central eastern Iowa. I met my wife in 2013, got married in 16. We're coming up on our 9-year anniversary here in October. I know it's crazy getting married in the hunting season, but it was the first week. So between the two of us, we have 5 amazing kids. Our youngest just graduated high school, so that's given us the opportunity to sort of do a little bit more of our things now that our responsibilities to our kids are shrinking and they're growing up doing their own thing. A little bit about me. I work for the Department of Corrections. I'm a captain. I wear many hats. I love my job. I've been there 13 and a half years. I've had the opportunity to be part of our response team, an investigator. I'm a weapons instructor. I run our sniper team and a defensive tactics instructor there. We have a lot of opportunities within Department of Corrections that I've taken advantage of, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's not for everybody, I will say that, but it's an exciting career, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Aside from that, I love the outdoors, hunting, fishing, anything to do outside with my family. That being said, a few years ago, I was extended the opportunity to get on the Outdoor X Media team through Jesse, and I jumped on it. I've met a great group of guys and girls on our team. Everybody from New York to Colorado and everywhere in between. We've come together. We have group chats and Facebook groups that we all communicate through and phone calls. And I've developed friendships and opportunities to hunt other people's properties just through this team alone that I'm beyond thankful for. And that being said, we all have helped each other out in some way, shape, or form. So throughout this series, you're going to see some videos. I'm going to be working on my food plots, stand preps, where I'm planting them and why, I guess. I'm trying to cover that. For instance, I got this behind me. It's domains incognito. It's a wall. I'm using it for a access, to hide my access to my blind, which is at the very end of this. It blocks this plot off from my clover plot, and then I can sneak in and hopefully get in stand or a blind, whatever I choose. I'm doing some land management down here with our bobcat that we have, and gonna go over some bow tuning. I got a new Matthews this year, Lift X, doing a little series on that, arrow fletching, just you name it. Just gonna try to film everything we do that leads up to season and the work that we put in after work, hence the overtime. And I hope you guys follow along and like this series, and please comment, like, and share if you like these videos. Thanks, and I'll get to it. All right guys, so we're out on the farm, and today we're gonna start getting ready to put food plots in. Austin came out from Wisconsin. He's gonna help get some footage of this. We got a drone. I just got one. We're gonna try to use both of these with the GoPro to get some good footage. What I'm doing is I'm prepping this small, I call it a kill plot. I killed a buck I called Swoops off this last year. I'm gonna probably plant it in Sugar Mama with a little bit of the illicit for turnips, radish, and some of the domain radish from domain food plot seeds. Then we're gonna go hit another food plot. I have 2 other ones that are closer up to the house I'm gonna do as well. I'm just gonna sort of work my way from the back of the farm close to the house. So we're gonna get rolling on this, try to get some footage of tilling up the plots and then seeding it. And then we got some rain later in the week in the forecast, so hopefully that'll be enough to get this germinated and popping. And then I think later today when Austin takes off, I'm gonna hit my clover plot with some IMOX and get rid of some of the weeds I got growing in there now. We've had a lot of rain, and now we have a few dry days, so I want to get down here and spray it. So see what happens.
Let the work begin.
Well guys, it's the first week of August. It's planting season. We're here in central Iowa and I did the prep work this week. We came down, we tilled the plots up, we got all the garbage off it this year from the wind and stuff and the branches, and we got everything tilled in. I rolled them yesterday with just a small lawn roller because it was really nice and soft soil, excuse me, not clay. And these seeds that we're planting are pretty small, so I don't want to bury them too deep. But Domain is a good partner we have with us this year with Outdoor X Media, and I've been planting their seeds for the last 3 to 4 years. We have about 4 acres of food plots to put in today, 3.5, 4. So here's my seed selection that I'm going to be using. I'm probably going to have to go pick up a little bit more. But today the plan is for this small plot here. It's a plot I killed a buck I called Swoops off of last year. I'm going to be putting Sugar Mama in, and I'm going to be mixing a little bit of the beat down and illicit. It's a brassica mix. Here's your forage rape, turnip. Beat down is your sugar beets, and the illicit has that daikon radish in it, which sort of acts as a natural, almost like a rototiller at the end of the season, because it goes down pretty deep and lets your soil sort of mix together as it dies off. I've had really good luck with this mixture in this plot specifically, so I'm going to run it back a second time this year. When it gets going, we're going to be putting some liquid courage down as well right after or right before we do it, as well as I'm going to be mixing some cranked, which I have back here, and freight train and spray our clover plot. And then we're going to get a few of our stealth cam and wild game cameras put out today and just watch the progress, and hopefully some of these big velvet bucks will start showing up. It's mid-August. I know their food's changing. A lot of times they're out in your ag fields, CRP. We're going to refresh in a couple mineral spots later today, but we got a full schedule on the plate. But I think right now we're just going to get started and get some seed in the ground. So I'm going to do a full thing of Sugar Mama. When it comes to the beat down and illicit, I'm only doing about 1/4 of a jar. A little more. Just gonna mix this up with my hand. Hey guys, all right, so today, beginning of August, you're gonna see my other video. We planted a small food plot with Sugar Mama, a little bit of illicit, and I believe I had some beet down in there with sugar beets. This plot here is almost an acre. It's approximately 95 yards long and 30 wide, so I'm about that acre size. We tilled it up. We killed it all a couple of weeks ago. You'll see a video on that. I hope I have that down here. And we tilled it all and I rolled it. It was really, really soft, which I liked, but I wanted to pack that soil down because these seeds are not very big. Again, we've partnered with Domain. I've been planting their seeds for a few years now. They're an amazing company, great people. If you have any questions, contact them. I can't say enough about these guys. We've met them at Deer Classics, just a phone call or an email, and they've been really responsive, and they're fast shipping. You can pick them up at any of your local ag stores as well. But this food plot is gonna be big sexy. Each of these jugs, I believe, is a half acre. I should know this, but I have a ton, yeah. So half acre, So I'm going to put 2 of these in. I'm actually going to add a little bit of the illicit to put some Daikon radish in the mix, just to, I don't know, add a little something. I had Big Sexy in here last year. It turned out really well, and I'm going to run it back again and do it again. Out in front of me, which you guys can't see yet, is a new area I'm prepping. I'm probably going to put some Showstopper down in there, and then I think I'm going to mix in a little bit of Smackdown with that. I'm just going to sort of mix the 2 blends. There's a little bit of shade in there, so I don't know how well it's going to do, but it's a new area I opened up, and it's going to be about a ½ acre to 2/3 of an acre. So they're going to be side by side. I'm going to put some cameras down here to sort of watch the progression, and hopefully we get some rain in the forecast here soon this week. I know it's going to get hot again, but it's August 4th. It's planting season. So I won't bore you with seeding. You guys know what that looks like. But just to do a follow-up, I'll do probably a couple every 2 to 3 week follow-up of how this plot's progressing throughout the season. I will hit it as it starts to mature. I'm going to say 3 to 4 inches in growth. I'm going to come down and hit it probably with liquid courage or cranked. That foliage fertilizer, I'll use a backpack sprayer for that. I won't be driving over it with my Ranger. I don't like driving over my plots when they start growing up unless it's clover. It really seems to bounce back. So we'll get to that later, but right now, let's get some seed in the ground. Alright guys, so like I said, you're just going to see that I just seeded this with Big Sexy. I threw a little bit of the illicit in there with some beat down, what a little bit I had left. Now I'm just going to take my gator and we're going to roll this with just a little lawn roller. I had a bigger one, but had an accident, the handle on it broke, so I'm going to use my little roller and just pack this down again, and this plot's done. Hey guys, so today we're going to spray my clover plot. I got about an acre of clover down on the bottom, and with the rains we've had, I've got some weeds that have came back. So big way you can control it is either by mowing or through chemical. So what I'm going to use is IMOX. You don't need a lot of this. It's a slow killer, but it really eliminates all your weeds, your broadleaf and your grasses in one, and it's not harmful to your clover at all. But I'm also going to add some clover fuel to it as well, just to give it that boost. It's been a while since I've sprayed it with fertilizer. But with this IMOX, what I'm going to put in there is about 6 ounces to 20 gallons of water, and that'll cover, I got just over an acre, and it's roughly about 4.5 ounces per acre. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to get some of this mixed in here into the tank, add some clover fuel to it. We're going to go hit the plot, get it sprayed, try to get some good drone footage, some overhead, just to sort of see how the plot layout is. I have some domains incognito. It's like a wall, I guess you can call it, for access. It's doing really well. We hit that with Freight Train about a month ago, and it really took off. I got some spots that it's probably reaching 10 foot. So then we're going to try to get the clover sprayed, get it all taken care of. We're getting to the first week of August, getting food plots prepped, and hopefully I won't have to touch my clover again except for adding one more shot of fertilizer right before season. So we're going to get this filled up. I got 2 of my buddies with me, give me a hand, and then go get the plot sprayed. Alright guys, so we're down to the main clover plot now, and Austin's out behind me trying to get some good footage with the drone, just sort of what we're doing here. When I spray, I only like to go about 3 to 4 miles an hour, just get a good nice coat on this clover. It's coming back really well, but I do have some broadleaf and grass weeds in here, unfortunately. So like I said before, we're just going to hit it with some IMOX. It's my first time using it. I used to always use just Clef and Butyrac, but I've heard a lot of guys online that talk about using IMOX. So I'm going to give it a shot. I know it's a slow killer, so I'm prepared for that. And then, like I said, I'm going to try to get 2 weeks from now, come in with my skid loader and raise my mower up high and just scalp the tops of the weeds so I hover over the clover and not try to cut that down anymore yet. Because it's still trying to grow from that last time we cut it. I may have cut it when it was too hot. I think it hurt it a little bit, to be honest with you. So, anyways, not much else. We're just gonna drive in circles pretty much, so I don't want to bore you with that, but how I do it, like I said, 3 to 5 miles an hour, and I'm just gonna start doing circles.
Hey guys, my name is Trey Barber. I'm one of the team members participating in the overtime. A little bit about myself. I own a construction company. We do a little bit of everything. We build houses and pole barns and decks, stuff like that. So I've been hunting really longer than I can remember. Parents have told me stories of my dad taking me coon hunting with him when I was still in a car seat, and so it's really been part of me my whole life. I actually killed my first deer when I was 5, and ever since then I've just been hooked with it. It's all I can think about and worry about. But I'm actually here at a family farm today where I killed my biggest buck to date in 2017 on our opening day of rifle season. It was right down the hill here on a bench. But last week, 2 weeks ago, my father-in-law come in here and cleared this off here. I'm gonna try to get a food plot in here for this fall and get it going. But for now, I'm gonna get some corn out and get a flashback hung and see what's in the area. This farm historically, it holds deer, and seems like every couple years or so there'll be a good one call it home or use it a lot. Actually, in 23 there was a decent 8-point den, and I only got a few pictures of him last year, and he had turned into something pretty nice. So he made it through last year. I'm really excited to see what he'll be this year. So for now, we're gonna just get some corn out, get a camera hung, see what's around. All right, guys, we just got loaded up and we're headed over to our other farm here. It's only about a 10-15 minute drive. I've already got a mineral site out up here, so I'm gonna go refresh the batteries in the flashback and get some corn out and see how everything's going up here. So follow along and let's see what we get into up here. All right, guys, we made it here to the other farm. I've got some domain recharge out right here right now. We're fixing to get some corn out and change the batteries in a flashback and see if that deer that was in here last year. This is actually the spot that I killed my buck in last year. He was standing actually about right in here, and I was in that tree there. And there was a really good 10-point. He wasn't coming in quite as frequent as the buck that I killed was, so I'm hoping he's still around, and I'm excited to see what he's turned into this year. So we're going to get this corn out and hopefully he shows up or something else. Usually at this spot here, these deer, when they start getting on it good, a little later on in the summer, early fall, whatever, they'll go through 250, 300 pound a week. So we made it to the last spot for the day. This farm here is a farm that it's one of my dad's best friends. He's on. We've hunted it for over 20 years now, and number of deer and turkey that we brought off this place is just unreal. Another one of them places, it's just always held them, and it's just it's a good place that, you know, you want to hang on to and stuff. So the owner's getting ready to come in here in the next week or two and bush hog all this down and clear this whole field up. But I've got some recharge here also with the flashback right there. So more of the same stuff. We're going to get some corn out and let the cameras do their job and see what shows up. There was I'm already had a couple pictures of a really good deer, really good 8-point. That was a few weeks ago. I haven't seen him, so I'm hoping he shows back up and maybe starts to get on some kind of pattern. But for now, we're just going to let them cameras do their thing and go from there, see what shows up.
Hey everybody, Jesse Richard here. It is August 3rd, and this is the second episode for the Overtime series here at Outdoor X Media. What I got going on today, kind of twofold. One, I got to get this tree out of the way. It's our access down into the plot to the back of the timber. This farm I haven't touched at all this year since shed season, and it's a little bit different. It butts up to a piece of property I've been able to hunt for 5 or 6 years, and it has, the farming rights have switched hands and they hunt. So they kindly asked to have me pull my stands, which is fine, no problem, no issues there. So first thing I'm going to try to do is cut this tree down so we can get the tractor and all that good stuff down there. And then second, I'm going to go around and I have a couple stands I have to pull, a few cameras to put out, just the first round of deer tours on this farm. So follow along. I'm going to get cutting on this and get a little bit safer before I put the camera up, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, sorry I didn't take any video of me cutting all this down. I'm a bad example of safety first, so we don't need to put all that on the internet for people to think they should do that, because you should 100% be wearing all the proper safety stuff when you're doing this. So but yeah, got to cut out, got to get it moved out of the way. But I'm gonna go a little exploring. I'm gonna pull a stand real fast, so I'm gonna grab my safety harness so I can get up there and do all that, and go from there. But biggest project that I was kind of worried about is done. Now it's just a lot of walking around. But I'm gonna get my harness and stuff and go back and pull the set. All right, well, just got up to the stand. I love this hawk set. It's awesome. But we're here to pull it. So I got my bow hanger, my secondary camera mount, my camera mounts on the other side, 2 accessory hooks, the stand, and the sticks. All this stuff I'm gonna pack out right now. And it's unfortunate because the trails in here are really, really nice. Everything else is corn. The trails down by the corn are absolutely awesome, but it's all part of it. Unless you own it, really nothing you can do about it. So I'm gonna get this one ripped down real fast, packed up, and I have a trail camera I left here since last fall that I'm hoping still in the grass over here by this water hole. But we'll get this down and then go over there and look. Okay, got the stand sticks down. Say goodbye to that tree, but we're gonna follow this awesome deer trail. Go get my camera. Some decent tracks in here, nothing huge, but this farm really doesn't pick up till late October, really. Once the bucks start cruising just a smidge is usually when I start getting a lot of buck pictures here. But got to get them out early. You never know. I had a really good deer here last year, right before the velvet started coming off. And unfortunately, it's where I'm pulling my camera from right now. So, but
we will adapt, we will overcome, and hopefully we will capitalize on the opportunities when they are presented to us. So let's go see if this camera's there. If it is, it's underneath a bunch of grass, but I have the general vicinity of exactly where it was. Found it. Whether or not it's still gonna work afterwards is yet to be known. I'll get it home, take the batteries, all that stuff out, and let it sit for a few days and dry out really well before we fired her up. But I'm gonna miss getting pictures over this water hole. One of my favorite cameras, always really good deer, and it is what it is, I guess. We are grinding today, tell you what. So right there, got a flashback out, and I came in where this tree was down and I cut everything out so the deer could get to the mineral. It was a lot of work, a lot more than I wanted it to be, but they can get there without a problem. Put out a little bit of buck jam. They come down from this. There's a big dip right there, the big huge timber. They come up through here and then they go up into the landowner's backyard and eat the grass, and then he mows back here. He's got like a little campsite here. But now I'm gonna run an encounter up on the edge. There's a great oak scrape that has been there for years. Last year was the first year I put a camera on it, and the amount of bucks that hit it all season long was incredible. So I'm gonna put one there now, trim stuff out a little bit, and it's just a great pinch point. I'd get deer on there all the time, every single day. They would come through there. So walk up here, trim it all out, a couple more things, and I'm probably out of here for the day. It's been pretty productive. You know, didn't get everything done I wanted to, just because there's a lot of mowing and cutting that has to be done with me and the landowner, getting back there and have the ability to do stuff. So for now, I'm gonna do what I can. Hopefully sometime this month we'll get back there and take care of the rest of it. All right, the landowner mowed me a little path to the gate gap up there, but I got the wild game encounter set up, taking pictures, all good to go. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see how everything goes. This is, like I said, this first time on this farm since shed season. A lot of changes, a lot less acres to hunt, but I know these acres really well. I know how the deer like to move, and I think I'm just gonna let the cameras do the legwork for me this preseason, as far as knowing when to hunt, where to hunt. I already know from past history what time of the year things start really cranking out, but we're gonna have to get back in here, like I said, clean up this bottom. It used to be a clover plot, but it's just so overgrown. There's dead trees in it. And then the very top plot probably is just gonna get mowed, and it's just gonna be short green grass or short weeds or whatever it is for the year. But I'm gonna finish loading up the stand that I tore down. I am gonna go one other place and look to potentially put out one more camera on this farm before I leave. I was gonna put one up top, but it's so nasty and thick, it would be pointless in my opinion. I think I can cover most of it with 3 cameras for right now. Once we get that taken care of, it'll be a different story. So I'm gonna finish loading up here. I need to adjust this mineral camera one last time, and then we'll see if we can hang one more. Okay, last one. I've never had a camera here before, so this is just kind of a let's throw it up till gets closer to season sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Got a rope hanging way down low, camera right there, and a big cherry tree. 90% sure that's a cherry tree. pretty sure. I could be completely wrong. I'm not very good with my trees, but yeah, it's basically out on the edge, this big hay field right here and right here. And there's corn, big bedding back here. And at night, they end up piddling around out here in this grass. Hopefully, they're gonna come here, check out the rope. At least that's the plan. So, like I said, I'm gonna leave it out here till before season when they start hitting scrapes really good, and then we'll kind of adjust accordingly. So, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, or at least my part of it. I have so much stuff on all my farms left to come up with. Check fall plots, move stands, hang stands, getting cameras out, refreshing mineral, basically everything you could possibly imagine I still have to do on all my farms. So there's a lot where this come from. Thank you for watching it again, and we'll see you next episode.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the Overtime. I'm going to give you all a little brief description about who I am and about myself. My name is Hunter Richmond. I was born and raised here in northeastern Kentucky. Hunting's pretty much been a big part of my life, and I've been into it ever since I was a little kid. Ever since I could walk, pretty much. I killed my first deer when I was 7, and I've done it ever since. Anything from squirrel to turkey to deer to even waterfowl. It's always been a big part of my life. As far as work, I'm a union pipe fitter. I've been doing that for a little over 7 years now. I'm very blessed to do what I do. I've been with the team for 4 seasons now, and I've had some good memories. A lot of these guys behind me are on the channel. If you haven't seen them, you can go check them out. Some big news this year. We're partnered with Domain. We're getting ready to get some food plots on the ground this week and get them worked. Obviously, we're teamed up with Matthews, so we've got the new lift X here this year. We're excited to let it eat this year, and a lot of big things coming. We've got a lot of good deer on camera here in Kentucky, and we've got a giant in Ohio. He's got several years of history with him, and hopefully we can piece the puzzle and get him on camera and bring it to you guys. But that's pretty much everything about myself and what I've got going on this year. You all will see me throughout the season on the Overtime, but we're excited and we're ready to get it rolling.
Well, as you can see, he already got a disc behind me. He done that while I was gone yesterday, I guess, which is a good thing. It saves me a little bit of work. But we're gonna get in here and probably sow it, broadcast some seed this evening. We're planting an acre of the Green Machine by Domain, and it's pretty much a late season plot. You can see it right here. It's got winter rye, oats, winter peas, and brassica, and yeah, it's pretty much a late season plot, which works in my favor here anyways, because this is probably the 4th year I've put food plots out here. But as far as deer here, there's a deer that we had on camera in here last year that I hope made it. He probably a 3.5-year-old deer, maybe younger. Kind of want to see what he looks like this year. I'm hoping he shows back up. But also, you've always got those random stragglers that show up too. That happens here sometimes. So just an easy place right here at my house so that we can plant a food plot, and I've just done it every year since I've been here. And it's a killer little spot. You've got a pond right here behind you. You've got the ridge that comes up right there. You've got a ridge that goes out here. Just like it's a very, very heavy travel corridor for deer. And this plot and this pond has been killer for years. There's been several big bucks killed here in the past 15, 20 years. But yeah, the stand goes in this little white oak right here behind me, beside me. And that's where Dad sit. He's seen Big Jim, the deer we had on in here. But yeah, we'll get some seed spread in here this evening and see how it goes. Well, we're here at plot number 2. It's a little micro plot, like poor man's plot, right here on this little bench behind me. This is right here by the house too. Got a pretty good 8-point on camera right here on this spot, but I don't know if he's a shooter, but I might let Dalton's old lady shoot him, or family member or something. But he looks like he's a mature deer. He's just not a giant, you know. But what we're gonna do in here is we're gonna clean all this brush right here behind me. We're gonna do like a little 1/4 acre plot. I've got a No BS or Hot Chick, either one that I want to broadcast in here. But we've got the pole saw, we got the weed eater, we got the rake. We're gonna weed eat the weeds out. We're gonna clear the brush out. We're gonna cut some branches so some more sunlight can hit in here. And we're gonna clean all these dead limbs out. We're gonna clean this up and do a little 1/4 acre poor man's plot right here with Hot Chick or No BS. I'm excited about these domain plots this year, even the little poor man plots. I think they'll do really well. It's really good seed. It seems to be a lot better than some store-bought stuff. But yeah, we've got some work to do. We needed a little path up here so I could drive the four-wheeler up here. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's gonna be good. Oh, it's hot. It's really humid here in eastern Kentucky. But anyways, we've got it all. It's all cleared. Most of it's down to dirt. See, and the thing about a weed eater too in here is it breaks a lot of those leaves up that's matted on the ground. It breaks a lot of stuff up loose so I can rake it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a rake and we're gonna hand rake. Pretty much work this in sections. Just look at this like a square with four squares inside of it. We're gonna work a section this way, up, work a section that way, section that way, and section that way as we rake all this stuff back. But pretty much I want to explain my method here, what I think could kill a mature deer in here. Obviously, like I said, I took the brush right back here and blocked where the tree stand's going to be in that tree. And reason being, like I said, is if deer come in here and work this food plot, or they come in here and hit corn, you don't want deer walking right under you if you have a mature buck in here and you're trying to draw on it, trying to get on video, whatever. Pretty much block yourself from deer getting under you, right on you, because you know how mature does are. Once they get under you, they look right at you. But a lot of deer will come from here and here, so we're going to hunt this, you know, with pretty much on this side of this gives you more winds to hunt in here also. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't explain that know what I'm talking about that do this. And a lot of people don't explain why they do it, but that's pretty much why I do it. I like to block myself from where they're going to be, especially bow hunting on a plot or corn or something, but I like to try to block myself and eliminate the risk of mature does coming in looking straight up at you, picking you off, because I've had too many times where I've had bucks in range and you can't draw or you can't move a muscle, can't turn a camera because you've got does right on you. It helps a lot filming for sure. But hopefully this gets enough sunlight that once I get all this raked back, all this will germinate and grow. And it should do pretty good in here. But we're gonna get all raked and then we'll see you all later when we sow it. Alright, well, she's raked, brush is cut, everything's clean down to dirt. We're getting a few little chances of rain this evening and tomorrow, so we're gonna come back here in a little bit and we're gonna sow this one, we're gonna sow the other one that you all seen this morning. But I'll show you all, give you all a little walk around of it now. Cut a few trees in here to open it up, but yeah, still got the trail to the stand.
Got the trail up to it to walk in right here where the four-wheeler is. This will be a good little kill plot. Well, we got plot number 2 done. It's the next day. Didn't get to it yesterday evening. Took me a little bit longer. Their last hour relied on the first plot that we actually tilled, the first one you've seen before we jumped on this one. So they're giving rain showers today in a couple hours, thunderstorms today. So I decided to run up here and sow this one real quick before the rain came today. But we decided to go with no BS, which I think is going to be killer for this because it's got oats, clover, forage rape, radish, and chicory in it, and it doesn't really require any tilling. You know, I broke the ground up maybe a ½ inch deep, so all that seed will get in the ground good. And that's the good thing about Domain is everything, every seed they have, they test it and it's good. I would say Domain's probably some of the best food plot seed they make, honestly. You go check their page out, Instagram, Facebook, any social media account they have, and you can see their results is insane compared to, you know, other store-bought seeds. But yeah, we'll let the rain soak on these plots and check them in a couple weeks.
All right, what is up, everybody? My name's Christian. I'm from East Central Iowa, and I am a full-time dad of 4, construction worker with a lot of hours, and a die-hard deer hunter. Well, anything hunter at that. But I went out 2-3 weeks ago and put out my first couple cameras. I do the urban hunting here in town. We actually just had our 4th baby on the 8th of this month, so I haven't been able to really get out and do much. So I've kind of done a couple cameras close here in my urban area so I can kind of get an understanding of what's going on and what deer survived and all of that good stuff. And well, we just got the baby put down and the woman gave me the go-ahead to go out and do some camera stuff. So I'm not going to do a lot today because it's 85 degrees with the real feel of 94. It's really hot. There's not much breeze, and I know when I get into them woods, them mosquitoes are going to carry me out of there. So I have one camera on an island. Pretty much what I've been doing is I get permission to private that butts up to where I can hunt to run cameras and mineral sites, because I don't want to run mineral sites where I hunt. 1, because I can't, I'm not allowed to, and 2, you can't hunt over mineral sites here in Iowa. So I don't even want to risk that. So I get permission on neighboring properties where I can do that, where I can't hunt. And also I do that because the deer that I hunt during season, they're not there. They're actually on these private pieces that butt up to where I can hunt. So it's a really good place and scenario for me to get inventory of what bucks are around and to see what I could possibly encounter during season. So we're actually on our way over to my best friend's house to pick up my boat, and we're gonna get out onto these 2 islands and we're gonna pull these cameras. There really isn't as much activity on those cameras as I would have liked, and they've been out there long enough and I've seen what I needed to see, and I'm just not impressed with it. So we're going to pull them and head over to another property. This one is actually just outside of the urban area, so it would be statewide. I have a mineral site there, and I'm gonna try to get permission to take my daughter's youth hunting there. And if I am granted permission, then I just have to come out by September 1st and dig up that mineral site, so that way there's no mineral, and kind of go from there. Because, you know, if I don't pull it out, you can't hunt within 250 yards. You can't hunt main trail that leads to or from the mineral site, and with that particular property, meeting all of those requirements would be really hard. So if I get permission, we're just gonna dig that mineral site up and get it out of there so we don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I'll show you a little bit more about that when we get out there, but let's get hooked up to this boat. It's almost like I was meant to dock here. My camera's not very far away from here. Let's go over and grab it. I think that's one of my favorite things about the Stealth Cam Flashback. It comes with the antenna that can spin, but also go at an angle or lay flat over instead of being straight up and down. Awesome feature. Good on you, Stealth Cam. Especially when you get them in them small shrubby trees and there's just not enough room for you to put an antenna straight up. That, it kind of helps with storage. Alright, you guys, I made it out here, and I'm pretty sure I made it out here plenty early. I think I'm in a pretty ideal spot. I can see a pretty good amount. It is hot, very hot. As you can see, I'm sweating bullets. Hopefully they'll be coming out here soon. I'm just in this tree line along this bean field where I've seen them out here several times and where I get trail cam pictures of them all the time. I'm just hoping that they don't decide to not come out because I'm finally here. But we'll see how many mosquito bites and ticks I can get when I leave out of here. But hopefully we can get eyes on that 6x7 and make it all worth it. So let's go.